Looking for justice in family court. That's the mission of my next two guests. Rafael Franco is with FanPac. He's the president of FanPac. And Victoria Jakelski is a parental rights advocate. Thank you both for being in here. You two have now joined forces, especially on a bill that you have in the state legislature right now. Could you tell us about that bill?
That is correct, Larry. Thank you for having us here. I'm the president of FanPac, and as FanPac, we are working on legislation, and we have currently a bill that has bipartisan support. That bill in the Assembly is A1091, and the bill in the Senate is Bill S273. And what that's intended to do, Larry, is to amend the current law, which is Title 2-4 of the New Jersey law of family courts, which we want to introduce a clause that will say, that says basically that children have the right to both parents. So there should be a presumption of equal or approximately equal rights to have, that the child should have the rights to live with both parents and be loved and cared by both parents.
Victoria, you heard about this and you've joined in. You're supporting him on this bill. And I guess the question is, don't parents have equal rights? Isn't there already a law that says that?
Well, it's interesting that you should say that, because time after time when we meet with legislators and we speak on these issues to them, they say, isn't that already law? Because people assume that it's a fundamental right, that both parents should have a right to raise and care for their child. However, in case after case, after bill after bill, after legislation, not just here in New Jersey, but nationwide, parental rights keep being thwarted and stripped on family court levels and legislation levels, even in school.
Parental rights for whom? I mean, all parents? No, somebody wins and somebody loses, right?
Well, we're talking about like whether the family is intact or whether the family is separate. If both the mother and father are fit and both the mother and father want to care for that child and raise that child, parental rights believes that they should advocate to protect children by empowering parents. So they should have the right to make the decisions unless they're unfit.
From what I understand, most of these cases are settled by the parents, right? They agree on something. Like 97% of these cases are settled by out of court. So we're talking about a small number of these cases, no?
Well, I wouldn't agree completely to the statistics of 97% are settled by the courts. But
no, outside of the court.
Outside of the courtroom, by the parents agreeing to each other. But I would definitely say that after you go through family courts, a person goes through so much hassle of being separated from the children, and the financial means are being devastated, and they are most of the time loses the job. The mom and dad will lose the job
to try to fight for their child.
To fight for the children.
Yeah.
So at this point, you know, they only have a resolution that is being presented by most lawyers to them. Either you can take a day, a month with your child, or you can just lose everything.
So, aren't there cases where one parent shouldn't have?
Well, and we're not disputing that, but what we're trying to have is the law amended to clearly state that it needs to be from day one 50-50, unless it's in the best interest of the child or unless there's been proven neglect.
So you still give judicial discretion. This is the state bill, which is Jersey Matters, so we're concerned about. You also have federal legislation.
We do. So we've been working for more than 10 years now on different bills, but the one in particular, it's actually a resolution, and it has language that, just as we say, many people think it's a fundamental right, that actually would specify that it's a fundamental right that the parents have the right to make the decisions regarding religion, regarding medication, regarding all of the things we just talked about. And every session have a different amount of sponsors. Obviously, the new session began yesterday.
Start over.
But what's really interesting is Senator Van Drew, who's been elected now as a congressman in the 2nd District, he was on our bill. He was his name still currently is on our bill. And so I'm really hoping to reach out to him as well as many from our organization to see if he will be a sponsor.
He's down in the South Jersey Shore, and I know him, and I think that if he was a sponsor once, he's going to be a sponsor again. You might have a tough push through Congress. The state bill, do you expect that to pass?
Well, we're asking, this section is kind of the last section that the bill will be there unless it gets reintroduced in the next section. So we hope to pass this bill with the support of the people of New Jersey, to contact, in particular, Senator Sweeney and Senator Scuteri, for instance, which is where the bill is located, and the Judiciary Committee, and ask those two senators to introduce this bill, at least for discussion. So we know that we all agree that we all want the best for our children. That's something that it's level across any other institution that might oppose this bill, that they still want the best for the children. And we believe that if this bill gets posted, we have a great chance of giving our children.
Yeah, it can't be voted on unless it gets posted.
Yeah,
so you got to hit the leadership, but we have to wrap it up. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Thank
it was
you
great
so
to
much.
talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Nice to talk to you, Rafael Franco, FanPAC president, and Victoria Jekielski, parental rights advocate. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Still to come on Jersey Matters, pretty soon you're going to be able to ride your bicycle to New York. We'll explain when Jersey Matters continues.